Before we start the video, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Your support really motivates us. Now, let's get started.
In January 2026, Minneapolis once again became the center of national attention. A U.S. citizen was shot and killed by federal immigration agents during an enforcement operation. His name was Alex Pretti. What followed were mass protests, political backlash, and a growing demand for answers. Who was Alex Pretti? Why was he there? And what really happened in the moments before his death? This documentary examines the life of Alex Pretti and the incident that has reignited debate over federal power, civil rights, and accountability in America. Alex Jeffrey Pretti was 37 years old, a U.S. citizen, and a lifelong American. He lived in South Minneapolis and worked as an intensive care unit nurse at the Veterans Affairs Hospital, where he treated critically ill military veterans. Before becoming a nurse, Pretti had worked as a research scientist, later choosing a career in healthcare because, according to family and colleagues, he wanted to help people directly. Those who knew him described him as compassionate, calm, and deeply committed to service. He enjoyed the outdoors, biking, and spending time with friends and family. He had no serious criminal history and was known as In early January 2026, Minneapolis saw a surge in federal immigration enforcement operations. Heavily armed federal agents, including ICE officers, were operating in residential neighborhoods, a move strongly criticized by city leaders and civil rights groups. Tensions escalated after another fatal shooting involving federal agents earlier in the month. Protests began forming across the city, with residents demanding transparency and calling for federal agents to leave Minneapolis. Alex Pretti was among those deeply troubled by these events. On the day of the incident, federal agents were conducting an immigration operation when they encountered Alex Pretti. According to federal authorities, agents fired their weapons in self-defense, claiming Pretti posed a threat. However, bystander videos tell a more complicated story. Footage recorded by witnesses appears to show Pretti holding a mobile phone, not actively threatening officers. The videos do not clearly show him aiming or firing a weapon before shots were fired. These conflicting accounts immediately raised serious questions. Local police later confirmed that Pretti was a lawful gun owner, but there was no clear evidence presented that he fired a weapon during the encounter. News of the shooting spread rapidly. Within hours, thousands of protesters took to the streets of Minneapolis, despite freezing winter temperatures. Chants calling for ICE out of Minneapolis echoed through the city. State officials, including the Minnesota governor, demanded an independent investigation and criticized federal agents for operating without local oversight. Civil rights organizations warned that unchecked federal authority posed a danger not only to immigrants, but to U.S. citizens as well. Key questions remain unresolved. Why were federal immigration agents conducting armed operations in residential areas? Why was deadly force used against a U.S. citizen? And why does video evidence appear to conflict with official statements? The federal government has promised an internal review, but critics argue that independent oversight is necessary to ensure accountability. For Pretti's family, answers cannot come fast enough.
Alex Pretti's death has become more than a single tragic incident. It has become a symbol of a broader national debate about policing, federal power, civil liberties, and the line between enforcement and excessive force. As investigations continue, one fact remains clear. Alex Pretti was a U.S. citizen, a healthcare worker, and a man whose death has left a city and a nation asking difficult questions. The demand for transparency continues, and the story of Alex Pretti is far from over. Justice requires truth. Accountability requires transparency. Subscribe for truth. Please be sure to share your valuable opinion in the comment section. And don't forget to visit our channel's community section as well. Thank you for your support.